You know something? I'll be perfectly honest with you. I haven't really been received too well by a lot of people throughout my life. And there are those that have, but there are others who have not. This is a very dark and dangerous world that we live in. And maybe I'm being overdramatic. I don't think I am. With all that's going on in the world right now, and you know you've seen it. You've all seen the results. All of this started several millennia ago. And with the expansion of the population in the past several centuries, it hasn't gotten any better, it's only gotten worse. People are always clamoring for peace. Peace is what people talk about. And yet, because of the violent nature of sin, there just continues to be more wars, more deaths, more hate, more reasons to hate, all kinds of things. I still live alone, which I have been for several years, because, let's face it, some people can be friends with me, but they don't want to be by my side. None of them do. That's why I live alone. But in heaven, and believe me, there is a heaven. I know there is. When I get there, I'll be received with open arms. And I won't have to worry about ever being alone again. In 10 million years from now, this life will be hardly even a thought. It will hardly even be remembered. Because I know I will be ever so much happier in heaven. Paradise, some people call it. Heck, Hawaii looks like hardly anything compared to that. Who would ever want to remember this life? Who would even want to come back here? I think that anybody in their right mind wouldn't want to. I've had to get used to being alone. I really haven't had much of a choice. In fact, nowadays, I'm not sure I could get used to living with someone else. That's how long I've been alone. I'm sure that probably not many people care about that. People got their own lives. They got their own problems. And they've got their all set ways of living. I tried finding a girl who would care about me at one time. I tried for several years. It didn't work. Not any of them wanted anything to do with me. And then I had to come to the conclusion, that's the way it goes. If this is what your destiny is supposed to be, you have to live with it. And I've had to do that. But it also has allowed me to get a lot closer to God. And I have to say that I have a really good relationship with Him as a result of it. And you could probably say, that's fine with me. It doesn't matter what you do. No, I guess it doesn't. But I look out my window and I see all the crap that's going on in this world. And I think to myself, if only they had the kind of life I have, they would be a lot happier. I want to see this world as being a lot different than it is. I want to see peace in this world. I want to see love reign supreme. Someday, I know my time will come to an end. I'll probably die alone. Probably in a hospital, or a nursing home, or an assisted living. Whichever way it is, I know my time will come. And when it does, I guess that's just something I'll have to go through. Although I've never died before, and I can't really imagine what that will be like. I'm sure that hearing this probably doesn't matter to anybody, whoever hears this. I'm sure you all got your own lives to contend with. Fear of tomorrow, fear of what the future will bring, fear of death, how you'll be able to handle it. The legacy you will have for your children, or the legacy you will leave with your wife and your loved ones. It doesn't really matter what I think or what I believe. I'm sure that most of you would probably say differently. But believe me, I know what's in your hearts. So do you. I know you do. But it's okay. Because in the end, I know what will be awaiting me. The next life, I have chosen heaven and paradise. Many people that don't believe in heaven or in our Savior, Jesus Christ, they don't realize they're going to the other place. Oh yes, there is another one. And it's far worse than this life. Far worse. So, I continue living and going on with my life, handling my responsibilities, taking care of medical bills, and what other payments I have to make, and just living day to day, trying to survive. But I make no mistake about this. I'm longing for heaven, and I'm waiting for it. Now, I don't want anybody thinking that I have any kind of problem right now, or that I have any problem. I'm not thinking mentally with depression or anything like that. I'm just saying what's on my mind right now, and I'm sticking with it. Life is hard, I know that. And probably a lot of people don't have time to hear about what I have to say. I know that people have their own problems. I'm just saying one thing. My point is specifically this. And my point is that a lot of people, they don't cherish and they take for granted the kind of lives that they have now. They could be in my place. Most of you out there, and I mean most of you, have children of your own. You have loving and devoted wives. And you are hardly ever alone. Why do you take all of that for granted? Many of you argue about little things, things that hardly matter at all, without working things out. And you argue about things, or you fight. You fight with your spouses, or you fight with your kids. There's so many things a lot of you take for granted. But you don't have my life. You don't live alone. In fact, I'll bet most of you out there won't be able to stand living alone. I haven't had any choice in it. I have to live alone. Because I've got nobody. I've got nowhere else to go. I could say that I don't have any reason to live. But I'm not going to say that, because I do have a reason to live. And when the time has come for the Lord to take me, I know what's going to be ahead in the next life. It's going to be 1,000,000 times better than what I have here. I will be loved. I will have companionship. I will never be alone. And I'll even admit that, yes, there is somebody waiting for me in the next life who is willing to share eternity with me. And I'll never be alone again. That's my point. And for the rest of this world, the only thing I can say, that if you knew me and knew where I am, you might think a little bit differently about your own lives and how much you may be taking for granted what you have. Don't take your lives for granted. Don't take your children for granted. Don't take your spouses for granted. You could lose everything. You could be living alone like me. You might even be homeless someday. If you're seeing this, thank you for your time, and may God bless you.